setup. In any case, this was selected by the Monk. It is my punishment for failing Disney's Hercules. Another horrible game. A lot of horrible games here. What have I done to deserve this karmic imbalance? Heavens knows. But from what little I've seen of this, it appears to be a brutally difficult Super Mario World Romhack. Kaizo style. Well, we'll see. Let's just get going with it, shall we? Time will start when we have control. I'm not really sure that counts as control. Hey, Comic was there in the background. So I guess what we... Oh, okay, no, we're just going to die again. Well, this seems like control enough. Get me that timer going. Right, so we had to pipe away there. The road ahead is not always an easy one, unless there's chocolate. Chocolate makes everything better. Well, I do have some Ferrero Rochers in the kitchen. Maybe those could help us out if things get a little bit too grim. What do we start with? Welcome, Piranha Pipeway, and the bridge. I suppose welcome seems about right. It's a little Yoshi house right there. So what's going on here? Welcome to the tutorial. Here's a short guide that will show you some of the common... Ooh. Okay, don't go to the left then. It'll show you some of the common things you will encounter in your journey. Exit to the left, enter on the pipe. Very well. Normal coins indicate normal jumps. Hey! Oh, okay. I think I need a bit more speed to make that then. Hup. Blue coins indicate spin jumps. This is Super Mario World. I'm fairly familiar with Super Mario World, but it's certainly not my most played of the Marios. I'm more of a Super Mario Bros. 3 or 1 or even 2 aficionado. I don't know, there was something about Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo that never quite clicked with me, as we can evidently see here, because I'm failing to make the most simple of jumps here. Oh, okay. And we're just in the tutorial, well, don't you worry. Mario can pass through dotted blocks, sprites cannot. All green shells will allow 2 bounces. Oh, I'm not going to get anywhere if I don't jump on the bleeding thing, though. So I can assume there's going to be a lot of timing involved here. Timing like so. Little musical sprites will bounce on dotted notebooks. Green arrow blocks will launch Mario. Can I just run across this? Absolutely not. Oh boy, so I guess we've got to run and awkwardly spin jump over this. Well, we have an indication that it works. But the precision involved is already quite disquieting. This is going to be a very different kind of misery from Army Men, I already see. You like platformers? I certainly do like platformers. But I'm not well versed in the Kaizo style platformers because I don't like it when they're just frustration precision platformers. That seemed a little unfair. I was way away from that sprite. But that's okay. We're not here to have a fair time. I better persist though. If I can't even beat the tutorial, I'm not going to have much of a chance at anything. This probably has to be just done in one fell swoop, right? Well, something I can be grateful for is the fact that the game doesn't give you the lengthy death animation and restart that you'd see in the original Super Mario World, where you get hit, you hear that weird squeaky noise. Mario jumps into the air, falls down below, slow fade to black, and then slow fade back in for the start of the level again. Oh. Why in the world can we not just run across this as a single tile gap? You know, on the NES, Mario could run across single tile gaps. Dare I ask how long that took, Pepper? Oh, no! Okay. Right. Hang on, did that thing even launch me up far enough to get to the pipe? I think I also need to hold jump when on it to get the height required. You know, I make these kinds of things mod games so they have to suffer through it, not me. Why should I be the one that has to suffer? Why should I be the one that has to suffer 202 times? You know, oh, bollocks. Over the course of slightly more than 10 years, I'd say maybe 11 years actually. Yeah, 11 years. I think I've been streaming for 11 years and 1 or 2 months. So that's fewer than 20 a year? That's still a scarily high number though. No, I've not lost 200 weekly one-shots. This counts all the 2 hours of hell as well. I did 100 of those before I did weekly one-shots. And on top of that, there have been punishment games for other things. And once upon a time, we used to have a system for double punishments. If I couldn't, okay, here we go. Done like dinner. Star blocks will bounce. Throw blocks will perpetually. Oh, okay. I don't think I understood any of that. Now I understand. Now I love me a good platformer, but it is beyond me who could enjoy this kind of thing. I assume what I'm meant to do is angle it such that I can get under that bit, don't bump my head, continue going right, so that on the up bounce I can get under that rope. Like so. Alright, press start and select to exit a level at any time, or we could replay. I'd rather not. Get me out of here. Alright, let us begin with Piranha Pipeway. Fascinating. This is one of those games where I really should get something that can display what inputs I'm doing. I've been meaning to get that for a long time and still never got around to it. Because if I hold right and run and jump, we get a bit more oomph out of the blast. But it's still not enough to clear this. What am I meant to do? Is there one of those slight edges that you can edge jump off of? Yeah, I'm thinking wall jump as well, fry hits, but I ain't seeing it. Or is there a way to like mash the spin jump so that I can jump off of that thing? Doesn't B-SNES have input? I'm not using B-SNES. I'm using SNES 9X. Don't you need to spin jump on it? How do I spin jump? I'm just being blasted straight out. Seems very unsporting. Look at the massive hitbox that thing as well. I can't land right next to it, and I can't clear it either. Why would anyone play this, Suzuchi? It just seems like misery. hear some people even marathon misery games. What am I meant to do here? What if I just hold left? This is the point of view of the balls in that trick shot game we played the other day. Maybe the coat hangers. What am I meant to do here? Pepper, you've played this. How do I get over this thing? Can you not spin? No, I can mash what I want in the air. Do we really not have a way to show our input? Hold on, I'm willing to pause the timer if there's a way for that. Is there not something to show input? Background, hotkeys, input. I have no idea, but if you know, I'd be happy to have something that shows input. Yeah, I can't reach the tube that I blast out of. This is as fast as I could move back to the left. Okay. Not okay. If I told you, it would take all the fun out of figuring it out yourself. But I don't have all the information. Now, if this were Mario 1, I could probably, like, clip wall jump off the pipe. As it stands, though, it's just poor Mario getting nipped to death. Maybe there's some kind of hidden thing to land on around here. I'll try and sniff it out. Yeah, I'm not so sure the tutorial taught me anything needed for this. Wow! If we don't hold the D-pad, we go faster and further. What and why and how? I was a fool for thinking that holding right will make you go further and faster. I guess I would have tried that eventually. Hi Jake, hi chat. This one looks like punishment for sure. Yeah, of that I'm quite certain as well, but that's to be expected. With the Kaiser game. What's this? What is that? I think I need to hit it from below to make a block appear, and then I can land on said block. Oh, bollocks. Right, looks like I only get one cycle to do that. Notably, there appears to not be a time limit. How far did you get into Army Men? Oh, we bulldozed our way through the desert. We even robbed a bank. We even got away with the plastic out of the bank. And then we had to deliver the plastic money to the Blues. And this is why I don't like Kaizo-style games. You've got to go through some horrific, incredibly precise movements to get to a new part, and then at the new part, you just instantly die. Then you have to go through all the stuff you've figured out, and then keep dying until you suss out what you do at the next part. I'm sure it's fun for a certain type of person, but I don't claim to be that. No! Okay, well there's our next bit of information that we've died to. It must take some kind of self-conditioning to find this kind of stuff fulfilling or enjoyable. Okay, so I need to run, spid jump off of there because we're going to be spinny jumping off of piranhas and such. I understand. This is a waste of time, even for a game. Yeah, I could be grinding monsters in Monster Hunter right now. I could be answering SOS flares that are at least 10 minutes old and already have 3 people in them against multiple monsters so that I can come in, do absolutely nothing and claim the carbs. Well, I don't carve, I go in and I do the traps, and then everyone seems angry. Nobody traps in Wilds. I don't think there is actually a benefit to it anymore. It used to be that if you trapped a monster, you'd get better tiers of loot on the whole. Kind of like the difference between blowing up a ship and taking a ship intact in FTL. But with the new wound system, you want to keep wailing on a monster because when you break a wound, you get another part. So people are unhappy when I join in, lay down a shock or pitfall trap, and then cap that monster. But you know what? Too freaking bad for them. Ugh. The comma key should enable input display. Alright, I'll try that after my next death. And that was a next death for sure. You say comma key. Ooh. Well, it's a little crap. I'd rather have Blobber's one. Blobber's one shows, no, I think it's Fish Lips actually. Probably both of them. Shows a visual indicator of the keypad. Alright, let's go freaking... Ah! Okay, we gotta go fast. Because spin jumping on the black piranhas is death, but spin jumping on the red piranhas is not death. Alright. Nice helpful fish there. So to helpfully get you back to the start of the level real fast. Ah, yeah, that is why you're there. Very Kaizo. How many Kaizo games have I streamed by now? I think they have universally been punishment games. I don't think any of them were challenges, just Jake must suffer today runs. Because I've done Who Wants to Be the Guy, Who Wants to Be the Boshi. I think I did the original Kaizo Mario. I did Cat Mario long ago. That might have actually been a challenge stream back in the Feke era. Do not trust Pepper's words, this cannot be fun. What can be fun is watching someone who's really good at them. I highly recommend the... I don't know if it was Games Done Quick or ESA, probably Games Done Quick. Grand Poo World. Grand Poo World, and that is poo how you think it is. There were some excellent runs of Poo World 1 and 2, and I highly recommend watching those. Not just because it's very impressive how they get through all the Kaizo nonsense, but the developer was there, and he's very witty. Rare case of an American who understands banter. Many lessons should be learned from that man. Ugh. You get that far and then you just flub the jump entirely. In fact, given that I'm going to be here for another hour and 40-something minutes, you'd be able to watch that run in the same time and you'd have a much better time. So I highly recommend you go and check that out instead. I'm always keen to recommend things that are better than spending your time here, of which there are many. What's in a Kaizo Pokemon game? Is that any different from, say, Radical Red that we had earlier? Radical Red was cool, but I was clearly not up to the challenge. But it got a lot less cool when I saw JJ Ho-Ho playing it. Esteemed community member JJ Ho-Ho. He played it, and he didn't really play the game. He just ran every battle in spreadsheets before doing the battle, because they could all be figured out before you do them. It was kind of sad to see in a way. Hey, in 2 hours I might just beat this one level, Hentai Dad. And even that'll be a remarkable achievement. There must be a better way to get that block. I do not like the precision involved. Yeah, I beat the tutorial, that's gotta count. Pokemon Kaizo, you have only one Mon, and you can't use a majority of the items. The moves are randomized, and all the trainer encounters are random. Random? Doesn't that mean you could end up in an unwinnable situation? What if your starting Mon is normal type, and you're facing off against a ghost to begin with? Oh, fun times. I don't know why I'm having such difficulty making these jumps. Yeah, Radical Red was great fun, though. Even though I died, it was well worth it. So much fun was had. I think having the 3 strikes for our Nuzlocked Pokemon was a great move. Because I very quickly ran out of Pokemon on 1 strike. I don't think I even got to Brock. Brock had some minion who destroyed me with his... What was the bird Pokemon called? Archon? So there's a problem. The game had like 800 Pokemon and I only knew 151 of them. Jeez, why is this proving so difficult? There must be some kind of movement tech to be able to get under there, hit it, and come back. Okay, the movement tech is called Be Faster. Ugh. I can't take my time, though. Everything appears to be on a timer. Wait, what? Maybe I can jump over that thing fast enough so that the helper fish is not my concern. Let's try it. Fast. No, fast seems bad. Maybe I do have to wait on the pipe. I can't believe how much I was carried by Arbok during my run of Radical Red sheets, though. My snake that knew Sucker Punch got me through so much. Big help for this, as opposed to the original Mario World, is that the music doesn't restart. Just keeps the loop going. How? Very frustrating to just walk off the edge, because I do consider myself quite a guru of platforming. And to fail to make a simple move feels pretty bad. Oh, I assumed the Dark Arbok was just a new style Pokemon thing. Back in my day, there was no Dark or Fairy or Steel. Frankly, there was nothing but Psychic, because if you weren't a Psychic Pokemon, you were wasting everyone's time. Oh, no. I did enjoy the Mario Marathon, and I hope some people decide to throw their hat in the ring every now and then, going forward. It'd be pretty impressive if somebody beat me, though. I'm very happy with the times that I have. Maybe I should put some kind of prize up. But then I'm only going to bring out tryhards that way, and it's much more fun watching the blindies at play. How about that, then? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. How are you meant to get that done fast enough? No, I'm pretty sure I crushed Bane's time by good measure. Now, there is a Bane 2 there, and it would be interesting to see how he would perform against DDR Jake 2, but I don't think I want to run it again. Oh. At least there's another level that we could do instead of this nonsense. At least so far there haven't been hidden blocks for me to mash into. Those are endlessly frustrating. But I guess that's the point. Hey, Callum! You know, we could have a lot of fun playing Monster Hunter, but sorry, I'm having too much incredible heart-pounding action here. God damn, how do you make that jump? It's really hard to go fast jump and spin jump. Not a lot of space to get a running start. Yes, we did beat the bank. However, our escape from the bank was somewhat complicated. We could not get to the blues fast enough. Oh, welcome to die. Yeah, I figure I'm doing the jump too late. Wait, too late? Surely I need more of a running jump, though. I'd love to be able to practice it more, but I gotta get through all this just to practice that one shot again. Wrong game name on Twitch. Ah, you're quite right. I didn't change that out. Right, so we want Super Mario World, which already has 400 odd viewers. When you spin jump, it's better to slide over to X instead of Y as a sprint button. X is a sprint button? Really? Because I will admit using Y for sprinting on that is a pain. Alright, have at. Was that the case in the original? Oh, yeah. I forgot about the freaking fish again. Nice music, though. Oh, man. Why do people put themselves through this? Just why? Yeah, well, I guess the monk just knows how to choose them. It hurts a lot. Hey, I didn't put myself through this. I did not choose the punishment game. I did not create that poisoned Disney's Hercules weekly one-shot entry. I simply made the rules and lived by them. But right now I'm dying by them. Spent 21 minutes so far dying to this small segment of this one level. Okay, it's beyond me as well. why would anyone play such a game? Of their own volition, that is. Games that are made just to punish the viewer, but to trick someone else into playing them. They're almost as old as games themselves. Jeez. I was hoping for a Caesar 3 mod under the name Invictus. Yeah, maybe it would have been an Imperator mod. They got one called Invictus as well, don't they? Alright, jump. Ah. Very, very small area to land on there. But I'm sure you can tell that already. How many games has Jake not even beaten the first level in? Did I beat the first level in Cossacks European Wars? You know, that European Wars game that had us fighting in the Caribbean? Alright, go on, hit the side, avoid the falling helpful... Greasy Luigi and buttery Mario here. I can't imagine this being compelling viewing, Finellis. Only for a certain kind of monstrous person. Alright, go, avoid... Oh. You gotta land right on the edge so you don't smash into the piranha that comes out. At the same time, that gives you almost no time to move over to the left to jump away. Maybe I should jump before I hit left, but then it's very hard to get the momentum to go away from the falling fish. Yeah, this game demands little from me. Little but perfection. It's like some kind of punishment for all the times that I've said I demand perfection in EU4. Gosh, I hope Caesar is good. Project Caesar. I am very hungry for good grand strategy game experience. And nothing so far has seemed up to snuff. Ow! How am I failing that jump? It is beyond me. Is this not punishment, says DDR. No, I'm not having a lot of fun. I'm not sure I'm having IGN 6 out of 10 levels of fun. Okay. That freaking fish. Given the timing on the jump that follows, I can't help but feel that you're meant to jump over the piranha plant rather than jumping to the left around the fish. But that seems a highly experimental move to do, and knowing that I have to get through all of this first is not making it more compelling to try. Well, we don't need to delay that jump. We've done it that way before. It can be very difficult to move away from something you know that works in this, given everything you have to go through just to try again. It's alright. Don't get Madiator. Get Gladiator. At least we're still not in the how to clear this first piranha phase. That was particularly frustrating. Who would have thought that holding right would make you go right slower? Hit it. Ah, Jesus. It was too much just have a wall on the right. Gotta also fill it with death blocks. Move it. Move it more. Avoid. Go. Huh. Ah! Why? A lot of information to take in very rapidly when you're moving along a level like that. So not only do I have to land on those things lickety-spit, I gotta also preserve momentum and make my way over to the right to land on another one of these flying double blocks. It's a new lap record. Jeez. Maybe for some people there's just an enormous amount of happy juices in the brain that gets released when they get a shred more progress. I can conceive it, but I don't think I'm capable of experiencing it. What about God Hand? God Hand is great. Pretty horrible experience to play, frankly. I didn't overly enjoy it, but I do appreciate the game for what it was. And if Calaw is still around, he's really good at God Hand. He decimated that game. It was impressive to see. Very nice of you, Jake. I had to leave for 10 minutes or something. I went to get something to eat, and I see I haven't missed anything. Alright, let's do this for you then. Alley-oop, alley-oop, dodge the... Oh, okay, we'll fail to jump at all. I feel some people just crave the mind-numbing process of doing the same thing again and again. Inconceivable. Now excuse me while I get back to my perfect run of Patrician 4, or Avorion, or Rise of Industry, or Railway Empire. Were there any other games we tried perfect runs for? It was mashing A there. Of that I've no doubt, but I just not at the right time, it seems. Oh yeah, I've done a perfect run of Slay the Spire. But that's different, that was done off stream, and that was absolutely loaded with console commands. It was more of a proof of concept than a proper run. Because if you get the wrong relics or don't get the right cards, that run is not happening. On the plus side, we don't have to spend all of our time on this level. We did get a second level that we have access to. But I'd hate to lose all the muscle memory that I've built up for this. I don't know how I'm failing to make that jump so often. It's just run and jump. At least I'm getting a bit better at the start here, though. I can't believe there are monsters in this community that just want to make somebody suffer like this. You know, what have I done to you? I guess specifically, what have I done to the monk? He ran that Nancy Drew game that I did recently, the Secret of the Scarlet Hand. And of all the laughing I did in the Nancy Drew marathon, of which there was so much, I achieved the superlative level of laughter for that. The whole month of October laughing. God, it was something else. Anyway, the monk was one of the biggest sources of laughter for me. I'm starting to wonder, how are you meant to bounce on those? Maybe you're meant to do that input neutral so you don't go high up. Maybe you're meant to low bounce off of both of them to allow time for the little floating block thing to be in the right position. And of course, to discover that, I'm going to have to get back to that position and try it out a few times to feel it out. Ugh. He's a Dane. You're a Swede. Natural enemies. I certainly am a Swede. And Darius is bringing out his own little book of grudges. There's the Misery Marathon, the Nancy Marathon, the Retro Marathon. You killed me in a swamp. Did you take part in the Nancy Marathon, Andy? Because I'm 100% sure that you did not. What did you run in other marathons? I have all the paperwork for this, but I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Oh yeah. Did you ever finish the State of Decay 2 race, or is the timer still ticking on that one? Avoid, jump, spin jump. Oh, geez, right. If you don't hold on to run, you don't get the distance needed there. Very painful. Ooh. We did finish. It was Nitro that didn't. He's known for not finishing. As someone who failed the normal Mario Marathon, this is cathartic to watch, says Murgle. Murgle? You weren't a DNF on the list, were you? Who are our DNFs? There's the Swede, there's Jagger. A DNF did not finish. Not DNS, that thing I reset to solve computer issues. Right, come on, come on. If I'm still here at the 1 hour mark, I'm moving on to the second level. I didn't officially enter because I suspected I would fail. Oh, come now, not with that attitude. The only real failures are the ones that don't take part. You don't want to be a real failure, do you? Think of the joy you could bring to hundreds of people by throwing your hat into the Mario Marathon ring. Although Steam killed hosting, didn't they? Ah, but rating is still there. Certainly a special kind of brutality going through this. How do we handle this? See, there's two of them there that makes me really think I meant to jump off of both of them, like one onto the other, but I do not have all the information currently as to how to handle it, because I don't know the position of the flying block thing. Forgive me that my eyes are not on it when I'm figuring out how to land on these red piranha things. How? I'm pretty certain I pressed jump there. I even have it displaying. This is not a test of skill, but unholy patience. I have thought about that in the past. See these horrible frustration precision platformers, are they actually tests of skill? To answer that, you'd really need a good definition of skill. The skill is persistence. The thing is, if I did persist and I put in the hours to get good at a game like this, I'd just look back and feel so empty about it. And I've put in a lot of hours into mastering a lot of games. I still don't understand how I'm completely failing the jump off of there. It feels right. I'm moving right, I press B, and then Mario just trots off the edge. Although I will say the frame rate of the game is suspiciously chugging. I don't want to accuse it of dropping my glorious inputs, but it does feel it. After mastering a game, do you find it time well spent? Often, yes. What the hell? I am going to need to review the footage on that one at the 46-minute mark. I did just hold down B, but Mario decided, nah, this ain't for me, and just keeled over. I did 100% of Skyrim on Steam, and I felt only disgust afterwards. Yeah, well, poor choice of game right there. I look back on my perfect run of Evorion and perfect run of Patrician, and I feel only a warm sense of self-satisfaction, like putting together a really well-made toy train set. Well, let's not say toy, let's say model train, make it sound a bit more professional. An hour of showering couldn't wash that away. But come on, Skyrim. I'd be hard-pressed to say which I prefer less, Skyrim or Morrowind. Both of them definitely second fiddle to Oblivion. But all of that's just blown completely out of the water by Kingdom Come Deliverance. I did beat Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and believe it or not, I am slightly tempted to run it on stream. And Darius, are you still there? If so, I have questions. Because I think I did a Worst Henry run of Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. I think. This was a long time ago, so it's hard to remember. I swear I said something along the lines of not a murder hobo many times. But I am tempted to steal Baron's idea of helpful Henry. Oh god, I gotta stop. It's so hard to drop your input for jump there so that you fall down enough to land on that thing and not on the deadly piranhas. Yes, worst Henry was the phrase used, yeah. I'm considering doing helpful Henry. There's a strict set of rules of things that Henry will and will not do. Always help people, never kill anybody unless story mandated. Which is actually one of my few problems with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. My main problem is with the second map. It feels like it was made by a completely different set of people, and it's full of missions and story segments that are a lot more on the rails than you were getting in... Bollocks, I didn't even press A there. From the first map. The worst mission by far was the synagogue mission. It was incredibly on the rails. I just walked a little too far away from an NPC while there were no threats around and it said, "Oh, she's dead. Game over." There were 2 instances in that one mission where the next part will not trigger unless you literally kill everyone. I knocked them all out, and then I couldn't figure out why I couldn't proceed. And then after waiting quite a while, actually I looked it up. I went online, I was like, why is this next part not triggering? And it said, no, you have to kill everybody. So all these people that I had ethically given the night stick to, I had to then revisit and cave their heads in one by one, each and every one of them making little egg-cracking noise as I brought down the bailiff's mace on them. And then, after they were dead, Henry goes, "Oh, I've got everything I need, time to move along." I don't know who made that synagogue mission, but it was someone with a lot of bloodlust. Oh, I have to go to work soon. What's your question? If I recall well, you started a stream of Nice Henry. Is that going to continue, or is that going to suffer the Final Fantasy VII fate of Andaria's streams? I ask because I'm considering doing something similar, but I don't exactly want to steal someone else's thunder. Right, we are fast approaching 1 hour of still being stuck on this bleeding jump. Jump, 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 spin jump! Ah! My hand almost feels magnetized to keep the buttons pressed down. If you take it from my plate, I will not cry. I understand. No, you're thinking of Hitman, where you choke people out, put them in water, and they die. But no, my helpful Henry would have some very stringent things. I wouldn't even loot bandits. Because one of the problems of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and perhaps to an even greater extent Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, is you just drown in money. It's so easy to get expensive stuff and sell it to a generic trader for all of their money. Crap. At the end of the run, I believe I had 25,000 groschen, and there's nothing you can meaningfully spend it on either. Tried that rule, Jake. It's really tough. Yeah, exactly, because it's not a difficult game. Not at all. In fact, it's a very easy game. Multiple enemies? Yeah, not really a problem, because they don't all attack in unison, and even if they do attack, you get alerted about it, and just one click of the button and you can block it. Even if you're out of stamina, you're still blocking it. Oh, I think I'd have time, because I'd probably run Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, then 2. The main problem is how would I handle the monastery quest. Also, if I do Helpful Henry, I wanted to have no stealing, but there are so many points in the plot where the thing you need is something someone's holding, so you either choke them out or you steal it off of them. Getting through that without doing any nasty things could be tough for good old Helpful Henry. But surely we could all work together to figure out solutions. If Henry is helpful, surely so too can you be, right? This is not going well. Particularly savage first level as well. You're not allowed to land on anything wider than 2 blocks. And those that you can are generally moving or have piranhas on them. Okay, I think it's time to admit that I am not succeeding in this one. Actually, I'm going to reset this whole emulator because I really feel like, for whatever reason, it is chugging. The frame rate, especially in the second part of that level, seemed monstrously low. Bring me back to Invictus, please. I'll see if that actually fixed anything. You were so close, Jake. Yeah, close to the start. When I was doing Nice Henry, if the quest absolutely needs you to steal, you have to do it. But hurt nobody. Yeah, I'd need to figure out which quests actually have you forced to do that, because one of the nice things about Kingdom Come Deliverance is there are a lot of ways to handle situations. And that's one of the things I hated about the Synagogue mission. There was no other way. Just, you must kill all these people. Oh, okay. Severely impacted on my job of turning the Jewish district into the district. A lot of people had NPC protection as well. You try and go and attack them and it just says, yeah, not this guy. Alright, like I said, we hit 1 hour and I'm giving up on this level and doing the next one. Jake, the second level's not really a level. Okay. Doesn't sound good. Does this seem good? No, not good enough. I wish I could see Worst Henry do when the bell to that was... Oh, that was saving Hans, right? That was trivial, though. Helpful Henry would actually do the jobs that he's given, but I didn't even do that. So I'm pretty sure what you're meant to do in that quest is do those little odd jobs until you're gradually given more and more access to the castle at large. But what did I do? I just put down the sack, stole lockpicks off of the guy that's tending to the horses, and just made my way inside and legged it to the guy that needed the medicine, and then legged it to the medicine, and then did that. I was faster than the guards chasing me, and that's all that mattered. But I did appreciate that the mission was open and free. Oh yeah, stole the golden crucifix as well, which was worth crazy money. Credit where it's due, I do like the music playing on this level. Ah! Don't hold jump, hold run! One of my big criticisms of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was it was going through a lot of the steps that we'd already been through. Hans and Henry already had their spat and reconciliation in Kingdom Come 1. Why did they have to go through it all over again? How many times do you get into mandatory fist fights in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I was particularly annoyed because at the start I did every single option I could to be subservient to Sir Hans. I knew my place. Even so, I was glad to see him alive and well. I think he's a really good character, even if he's quite insufferable. Right, drop the... okay, well, it's not worth anything if I can't land on the right bit. Anyway, it's a consideration. Now that I've beat Kingdom Come Deliverance, I might let it stew for a bit and then put it up for a long play vote to do 1 and 2 with Helpful Henry. How? Why? Sir Hans' voice actor streams the game, and he's basically in real life Capon. Good on him. I would do the same if I were a voice actor. Don't think anyone would want me voicing anything, though. And I wouldn't want the job unless I can do maniacal laughter. Gotta be true to myself. Boy, this has been really rather miserable. I do wonder who they got in to do the voice acting in Army Men, the game there. Because it really was pull someone off the street quality. Also, the voice recording quality was quite low, but that's also... Alright, come on. Ow! How? What level of precision do they demand for this freaking jump? Just yes. Last try then, before we move on to whatever the next level might be. Oh, Pepper, you wouldn't happen to have a save with all the levels unlocked, would you? So we might be able to get some variety. Because I'm under a sneaking suspicion there are going to be no other levels that we see if I can't do this one, and I don't appear to be able to. Ah, come on! Okay, so not only do you have to drop the jump input, you have to drop the input the right amount so that Mario can still complete that jump and land on the floaty block. Feel the pain, Jake. I feel plenty of pain. In an effort to make myself... Oh, hang on. Ah, jeez. Right in the middle. So I think I actually have to do that jump a little short so I land on the first one. Spend that time to reposition. Yes, in an attempt to make myself feel a little bit better, chat, what's the most physical pain you've ever been in? I once took a pool cue ball to the balls. That's pretty high up there. Kidney stone. Felt like someone had my nuts in a vice, says Andy. Good. Broken toe, broken leg. I've never broken a bone. Plan on keeping it that way. I'd gout in my hip and was in intense pain for several days with every movement I made, says Goose. Now we're talking. Inescapable, constant pain. Because in an hour, I will no longer be playing Invictus. The pain will subside. Although it's early days, I might stream something else. I'm very dissatisfied with how my run of Slay the Spire went earlier, so I might try and right some wrongs there. Didn't I say I was doing my last try on this level? I appear to not be doing that. Brain tumor, says Deadract. Ah, you're not fooling anyone. The brain... Wait! Whoa, you can go under that thing! Whoa, we've unlocked new tech here. The brain has no nerves. No pain nerves. It does not feel pain. Probably pain receptor is a better, proper way to put it. I had pneumonia. It was extreme pain whenever I breathed in. Oh, wow. That sounds like broken ribs level of pain. Have I ever been in pain every time I breathe? Nothing comes to mind. You'd think that, but you have headache. Yeah, but headache is generally coming from the neck. Your body just thinks it's coming from the brain. Okay, that's it. I clearly can't do this level. That jump is beyond savage. What's the other level? The bridge. Very well. Point of advice. Oh, good advice. Level seems to scroll up slightly, but for what reason? Oh, If you've never had chickenpox as a kid, the virus lives in your body for your whole life. Sounds like an unpleasant time. Okay, so I'm under the impression that one cannot do this level unless they have beaten some other level and hit the Switch Palace. I sent you something, and it just popped up. Thank you, Pepper. It would be unfair to continue the timer whilst I'm doing this, so let's just grab Invictus. Wait, that's Invictus 1.0 SMC? Is that going to work for Invictus 1.1? The mind boggles. Whatever, I'll take it anyway. I think that means I'm going to just quit out of this for now. 'Tis the same thing. Well, that's good to know. Where are you, SNES 9X? I'll shove Invictus over here, and I will actually call it 1.1, just in case the game doesn't like that. And then let's bring it all back. Still saying nothing. Unless SMC is a state to load. Can you also send over your copy of Invictus, because that way it will probably catch on, Pepper. Just an effort to actually see some other levels, because I don't think I'm beating this one within the 2 hours. It's possible, but seems unlikely as I've been at the same spot for about an hour. If you could be so kind, Pepper. One of the great things about Grand Poo World is that the soundtrack for it was immense. Wait, where are you running? I'm running SNES 9X. Oh, hang on. Maybe. Maybe this will do it. Run the SMC file. Let's see what we get out of this. It sure doesn't look like options. Try again here. It should say the number of exits at the start. Yeah, getting nothing here. That can't be right. You must have a save file for it, though. If you have one with all the levels unlocked, can you send me that? Or is this not that? Try closing and restarting the emulator. I will do exactly that. Only thing I use is a ROM file. Yeah, but surely you would have a save somewhere. Yeah, because this is giving me diddly. Oh well. Surely? Let's see. Yeah, another thing that could work is just making a save state of your game with everything unlocked. The lengths I'm going to just to see more of this. Until then... As teens, we were drinking at a friend's house and we found his mum's Thigh Master. We had a drunken competition and I could not walk properly the next day. Absolute leg day dodging lightweights. Maybe I shouldn't run my mouth too much. I'll be back doing DDR tomorrow. And it's been about a month since my last session. Probably going to be brutal. My lifting sessions have not been particularly great since coming back from Spain either, but that's somewhat to be expected. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you're sending me an SMC, you're just sending me the ROM. You're not sending me the save file that you have for it. Generously keeping the timer not going whilst Pepper figures out these elaborate things. Has it really been a month? Feels like a week or two. Well, I was away for 2 weeks in Spain, but I got back a week ago, and I also didn't play DDR in the week before Spain because I didn't want to accidentally mess myself up before heading away. So that amounts to pretty much a month of no DDR. There is no save. Then just make a save state of your game and send me that. Although maybe whatever emulator you use is not having any of that. A month of no DDR, what a No, we've had the month of no DDR. I didn't even find an arcade to play on in Spain. How could Andalusia... come on! That's such a horrible jump. What if you do DDR every other day? I used to do DDR every day. Back when I started playing, I was obsessed with it. More so than I am now. I made a save state here. You're sending me the same file, I think. The save state itself should be a different file. I am certain you're just sending me the same thing again, Pepper. There should be a save state file that you create when you make that. Where it gets saved, I don't know. But I can try. Who knows what'll happen? It might. I might be eating my words real fast. No, you've just sent me the game ROM again. And funnily enough, it opened in BizHawk, which is not what I tend to run here. Pepper sending the elaborate viruses. Very elaborate. Just, oh, here we go. There we go. Might have something here. Is this going to be it? Wow, there we go. Look at this progress I've now done. Thank you, Pepper. Has the bridge been fixed? I never look... What baffles me is you thought that just the ROM would have it, but oh well. Alright, thank you kindly. Let's go. What's in the Scorched Earth? Also, I can restart my timer now. These kind of things are meant to be destroyed when you spin jump onto them. Oh, that was easy. I see. Yeah, sorry about that. In the edited VOD. Must be some kind of mistake on, let's say, Twitch's end. Continues to hurt. But at least it hurts in new and interesting ways. Starting to wonder if I should just only use X for my running, but then it becomes very awkward reaching over for between B and A for the follow-up. Maybe I should map run to something else, like R1. If I did that and I had jump on Y and B, it might actually be a lot easier to do this, because currently the... Yeah, it feels very wrong for a lot of these jumps. Might actually do exactly that. Input customization. Let's change. What's run anyway? Y and X. I'm going to make X R1. Oop, Christ. X R1. You can't see what I'm doing here. I'm just faffing around with the selection menu here. R, I guess, will also be that. Maybe just, I don't know, I'll change it to that. And then that means I want A to be Y. Maybe B could be Y. And A could be B. And then Y can be A. See if that works out better for me. Alright, I'm going to try this. And then I'm immediately going to get it wrong, huh? Okay. This is going to mess with my muscle memory something fierce, but I think overall it's going to be for the better. Because as it stands, faffing about with 3 different buttons very rapidly wasn't working out. But now I'm going to be pressing the wrong button for some jumps. Okay, I'm sure I'll overcome it. God's gift to gaming can't be undone so easily. Crumbs. But yeah, since it seems like you need run active for most of the time, shifting run over to R, allowing my thumb to just deal with a different kind of jumps, seems like... Oh, hang on, how am I meant to grab these things? What's the Y button again? Had not considered the fact that I need to use that. Ah, but no, the run button also does that, so couldn't I just tap run to deal with it? Is it run? No, I'm not so sure. Yeah, exactly, I can tap the run button for grabbing. R for grab makes a lot of sense anyway. Crumbs. Come on, I want to see what's behind those grabbable blocks. Don't deny me. Ah! One's got to be fast for that then, I see. Hi Jake, how's Invictus? Rather painful, and I'm certainly not enjoying myself. I'm having an even harder time with this than I've had on other Mario Romhacks. I couldn't get past the first screen on the first level, and here I am, first screen on the second level, courtesy of Pepper helping me out. Hey, look at the timing needed on this. It's very, very tight. Ah! What? I swear the thing just sped up there as well. So on top of everything else, you've got to race forward and jump over the following part. Okay, come on then. At least when I'm done with this nonsense, there's another bunch of levels I can go and check out. Hell, we got 40 odd minutes to check them. Even by Kaizo standards, Invictus is one of the harder ones. Well, don't worry, it's not the most mismatched difficulty thing we've ever had on stream. Bane Williams put forward that he wanted me to do a Stepmania pack. I forget what it was, some kind of heavy metal. No, not heavy metal. It was the Pendulum pack. But it was the Pendulum keyboard pack. I don't think anyone in the world can defeat those on foot. What do you want from me? Okay. Oh, I see. The speed change. Oh, come on! Speed changes depending on going through those plus and minus blocks. I understand now. And then you've got to get through just the right position in the middle of those two rotating, clobbering blocks. Well, it's no surprise it was really good. I'm really good, but this is hard as hell. 1, 2, 3, save me. Don't get hit by that. Thread the freaking needle. Kaizo standard. I heard that as Kaiser standards, and I wondered what that Florida man had to do with it. We all wonder about Florida. Try not to think about it too much. One, 2, 3, staying alive. Yeah, I pressed my old A button there. I still think R1 for running is working out well for me, though. Music on these emulated affairs always impressed me greatly. Getting this kind of tune coming out on a Super Nintendo can't be easy. But you know, limitations breed ingenuity. Typical situation, right? You get it done first try and then the follow-ups end up being horrifically difficult. Floridian Dominion, heat and decay aura. I quite like the oppressive, humid heat of Florida. Part of why it was such a great holiday destination. I have not been there in many years now, though. Many years. I was last there in 2018 or 17. Maybe even 16. I don't know, I don't keep track of these things particularly well. It'd be great if at the end of the level it gave you that Super Meat Boy-esque shadow clone of all your deaths. 1, 2, 3, staying alive. And thread the freaking needle. I thought I'd hit into the safe blocks above, but no, I hit into the nasty nipper blocks of death. Gosh, all this talk about Florida heat's making me thirsty. I need to grab a drink real soon. Ooh, now. Whilst we watch this unfold. It's certainly been a miserable 3 hours, 40 minutes, Sinaj. And in some weird counting malarkey, there's still 40 odd minutes to go. I'm part ginger. So the sun doesn't agree. How is one part ginger? Are you an anime character? You've got ginger, but also deep lilac hair. Oh, man. Ah, Sturm is here. Known Dominion's enjoyer. What's wrong with the regain mount command? Also, who gets regain mount? It certainly would be nice, because it's very annoying when you have units that should be mounted, their mount dies, and then you just end up with some generic crappy unit slowing your army down. It only works for commanders, and it's a modding command. Okay, well, I'd rather what they really did was add some quality of life to the magical item screen. I am sick of managing that thing manually. Just give me an auto-sort button, or give me tabs. A tab that is accessory, a tab that is weapon, a tab that is armor. Because if you really get an industry going for magical weapons, you gotta spend a few minutes every turn sorting out that screen. And if you want to find one certain item there, it's a pain in the bum. I thought they would have fixed that between Dominions 5 and 6, but no, they just made it slightly bigger, but still a nightmare to use. Auto sort is in today's patch. You are pulling my pizzle, right? Or is tomorrow just dumpstered in favor of having Dominions instead? Dominions, my auto sorting love. But it remains my biggest criticism of Dominion 6. It didn't deserve the title Dominion 6. It was just Dominions 5 with a nice patch. A lot of people would like to make it so that knights, etc. automatically regain their horses so that Earthquake doesn't just... Oh, hang on. That was a really good jump I made, but I was too busy reading chat whilst doing the jump. And now I'll never manage to make it again. Automatically regain it so Earthquake doesn't just make half of your army walk home to be re-recruited. Well, one of the biggest ball aches in Dominions, in my humble yet correct opinion, is managing a large army. All that moving around that you have to do. Sorting out little scrubs that get injured or detached and that. And there are some ways to make it easier, but I just want a rally point. Is that too much to ask? Because moving large armies is pain. Yes, that is too much to ask. Okay. Right, where do we go to thread this needle? Not there. I was a few pixels shy. What even comes after that point? Because I've managed to forget. I could not imagine how much I would hate Dominions if instead of auto battles, you actually had to give commands during battles. Giving commands before battles, now that is fantastic. Oh yeah, the fireballs at the face. Thank you for the reminder. Something slowed me down there. Could really use some micro with animation cancelling and control. No, and more no. Keep RTS the hell away from Dominions. It's bad enough that it's 4xy as is. Oh, it's so good. Not this week, but next week. I'll start another Dominions campaign. With the randomizer, of course. And I need to update the list of characters and province names, and I think Nick's told me how I can add province names for the underground, but I forget what he told me. I think it's something like the underground is generated after the map, so I have to edit that file after I've created the world. But that's no big deal, because I tend to create pre-stream anyway. Okay, we have once again made it this far. Get the right pixel. Good. Fireballs to the face. Mario in his buttery boots again, just launching him over to the nippers of doom. Blech. Yeah, I think I can duck under the ones that are going above me. But ducking the ones that are in line with me, no, I need to spin jump on them. But I need to spin jump, I think from stationary, otherwise I end up with that problem where I launch Mario's pasty Brooklyn buttocks into another one of these black nippers. Ah! If I enjoyed this experience, I would have no problem doing 18-hour streams of, okay, let's beat this monstrosity of a difficult game. But it's not fun difficulty, because it's memorize all these horrible things coming your way and do the pinpoint precisions required. I love a good long stream of mastering a difficult experience, though. Or grinding out perfection. It's sheer perfection, my G-Virus. Hop. 2, 3. I really should do the right one first. Because of the nippers. I was wondering what this music was giving me vibes of. It's Majora's Mask. Night time in the western part of Clocktown. Why is that failing? I don't think I'm holding jump early enough to career right off of the Koopa guy. You stop needing to memorize things and learn to assess the situation quickly enough at some point. No, that's just cope. It's cope that Kaizo players tell themselves to make them think that they are skilled at what they do. Because if what you say were true, we wouldn't have Kaizo games, we'd have Kaizo randomized situations. but such a proposition terrifies and angers the Kaizo player. Oh, god damn it. I thought I was immune to cope until I grinded out the 16 hours of doing low rank in Monster Hunter Wilds. Oh boy, what a miserable experience that was. Thankfully, both Nikki and Max, and Tandy actually, they ploughed forward to high rank before me and reassured me that the walking and talking, whilst it doesn't stop completely, it does ease up a lot. Ah, jeez, that is tight. Tight as a tiger. Starting to think if I should just figure out a point there. Make a mental note of a point that I should be going for. Okay, I'm needing some food soon. These brown blocks are starting to look like little Cadbury's chocolate squares to me. Callum's there to say it basically becomes a new, much better game at high rank. Absolutely. In retrospect, I was too harsh on the handler in Monster Hunter World. At least she wasn't Nata. I kind of wish that Monster Hunter Wilds has what they have in Aero games, where you can modify voice levels and types for each character. Because then I'd either mute Nata, or I would change him to a language I don't understand, so I don't have to listen to him. Oh, that was grim. How did I even do that? I thought you could only hit a monster by hitting it sideways if you were on a downwards trajectory. Alright, here we go again. Find the magic pixel. That is not it. The first free action it did was butcher everything in a wide radius around it. Please don't kill it. Nada looks poised and ready to sell me glass beads and overpriced carpets. I just want him gone. In fact, all the characters are insufferable. I can't stand my handler either. I don't like her meek voice. Or the fact that she's surprised every time we see something that we've seen a dozen times before. An old wyvern coin. Let me add that to my collection of 200 of them. This old thing! What do you suppose it is? Always gasping and stuttering at everything she says. Ugh. Back in my day, the voice acting in Monster Hunter was done in Mon Hun language, which is kind of like Simlish. Oh, we're on to a potential winner here. What, how do I get past that bit? There's nothing but piranhas above me. I think the way forward is to choose a different level. Credit where it's due, though. The music here is pretty good. It's not as good as Grand Pooh World, of course. Whoa, what? Okay, sure. Ah. Oops, the level closed. What do we have? 1 by 1. Okay, we've got a key. I can grab the key. That seems easy enough. That does not. Sends me right back to the start. I should have expected nothing less. Ah. Ah. But of course. What? Now I'm left wondering how I got around that in the first place, but I guess I was just too good. Frequent problem I have. What did I do? Not that. That. Second jump. Alley-oop. Okay, no, never mind. Oh. No, okay. Troubling times for Mario. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, my Brooklyn brother. Yeah, what is the proverbial juice we're getting here, anyway? Oh, no, 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 I can't do these! That's a shell jump off a wall. I have never even tried that before. I see what you have to do, though. You gotta run up, grab that shell, kick it. It hits off the wall, you jump it as it comes down, and use that jump to make your way up. But I don't know how to shell jump. Shell jumping is bread and butter for a Kaizo player, but guess what I'm not? A mentalist. So I don't play Kaizo games for fun. Yeah, Callum's got it right. There is a winning move to be had here. But I don't think the guild authorizes it. I've still got 26 more minutes of this hellscape, from which there is no escape. Hang on, it feels like his pattern changed there. There's the first jump, and then I go for you on your second. Yeah, look at that, his pattern's changed. His second jump used to be far more further to the left. How bizarre. I bet Nata is behind us. Whew. Okay, well, I'm glad we beat 1 by 1. What's next? Ah, of course, the Red Switch Palace. Yes. Okay. I thought maybe what I meant to do is run off, jump on the shell as we both come down, and then use that as a way to get over. But it might also be a hit the shell off of that thing and jump over it, but then why would that be there? Perhaps what it also is Okay, not that. Not at all that. Hang on, you can't run up these triangles. Why can't I jump over this shell in midair? I am all but certain that I need to jump off that shell to get the extra height needed for this. What? I truly do not have all the information needed for this. Can we still kick into the air? Could I perhaps bring it over like this? Ha ha ha! Okay, now we're doing the talking. Come with me if you want to. Uh-oh. Crumbs. No, I'm all but certain I needed that. Right. I shouldn't need to kick it up for the on button, though. Oh, okay, I can hit you. Right. But that doesn't seem right. I'm pretty sure in the original Super Mario World, shells don't beat bullet bills. Well, whatever, okay, so I need to absolutely beans it forward before bullet bill number 2 comes in as his filthy way with me. No, not pressing the right buttons here. Hold run, do not hold run. Come on, move your portly arse a bit faster, Mario. Huh. Oh, but of course I need to jump up and smash that. Must be a nightmare, like an actual wake up in cold sweats nightmare for some speedrunners where they find themselves on GDQ and they have to run a game like this, but they don't know this game. Ah, bollocks. Oh well, eat your fate from Billy the Cannon. That was the name that Alpha gave it when he was doing the Mario Marathon. He couldn't remember Bullet Bill's name, so he said, this guy, Billy the Cannon. That might be the second hardest I laughed during the Mario Marathon. The hardest, of course, being Baron looking at a very non-threatening green-shelled Koopa walking towards him. Baron then runs backwards away from him, jumps, and falls into a pit. Whilst asking himself, what was I doing? Thoughts of that help me get through days like this. I believe it's one of his clips as well, potentially made by me. And if someone can link it, I'd be all the happier. Although at this point, Baron's amassed rather... What is Mario's problem? He's really not getting up to speed. I feel like Mario, even in World, picked up P-speed a lot faster than he's doing here in Invictus. Although, that's probably not at all the case. I'm just being bad, but holy moly, this is demanding more than I, God's gift to gaming, can present. How do I make that? Maybe. Ooh, I just had a thought. Maybe you're meant to throw the shell up so that it hits Billy the Cannon. Okay, maybe not. There's another way that I might just kick it forward, but it really looks like Mario's going to die on the rebound to that, as Pepper is saying. Although it does kill Billy. There we go. Young's got it for all to enjoy. Yeah, you also have to release the run to kick it away. So yeah, it does kill us on the rebound. But how do we get the speed to make that? It seems unmakeable. Maybe we avoid the first one. No. I thought maybe I could move myself far enough to the right to have Billy the First appear. But we avoid him and then we use the shell to block Billy the Second. Because look at that, it's tight, but I don't know where I can squeeze out the extra frames for that. Alternative thought is maybe you're meant to shell jump off the wall to the right to maintain the height to jump over the first Billy the Cannon. Like shell jump at this point here, and then the shell can defeat him there, but I can't shell jump on command. I can't shell jump at all. He had murder in his eyes. Oh, that didn't do what I expected it to do. I thought the shell that I kicked up would trigger that. Oh no, I've been awake for too long. I tried clicking on Dark's link to get on-screen chat instead of real chat. Maybe I could do some kind of fancy spin jump nonsense to survive the oncoming shell. Nah, Mario's having none of that. It is entirely possible that I'm just not moving fast enough, but even if I do what I think gets me all of the movement speed, it's insufficient for dealing with Billy. Look at that. Where do I squeeze the extra time out? Maybe it is shell jumping. Maybe we should just try. But the fact that the question block that I'm trying to land on also has wings and is moving is making it all that bit harder. See, the fun is in sussing out what you need to do. Yes, I need to get out of here. And let's go sewer smashing. Okay, so if you don't get the right arc there, you're just going into the soup. You'll hate that. I've hated all of them. What will change? Secret exits are like onions. They have layers too. What? I'm assuming it's the it's that over to the left, although how I get there is beyond me. But I'm going to assume that's the exit to the Switch Palace. Can I swim in this? Sweet. Timing. I'm a DDR player of some repute, but that doesn't mean I like or I'm good at timing. In fact, I am notably not good at timing. Do you know what you're meant to do to reach the Switch Palace? Oh, do I want to know? There are a few things that I want today. I'm not sure that's making the cut. You'd almost think this was Pepper's punishment game, but no, it's Monk's. Monk might not be here, but I hope they're feeling a swelling up happy feeling deep inside. Good lord, that's unpleasant. I'm no stranger to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles segment with the water. But there's a big difference. The water in that game, by and large, wasn't one-hit kill. It did have some segments, but those are very easily avoided. What it did have was the electrified water things that when you swim through they injured you, but you could always just switch out turtles. It did not deserve the reputation that it got. There were plenty of far worse areas in that whole game. Precision Jump Sewer coming to mind. Yeah, the water also doesn't move around in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I always forget if it's Mutant Ninja or if it's Hero. It was one of those things that was different in the States and the rest of the world. I'm not actually sure if Mario can swim different amounts. It seems when I hit the second swim bit, his momentum changes a bit differently. How does swimming in water suspended in mid-air work? It's a reoccurring dream of mine, actually. There's a cube of water suspended somewhere, and I end up swimming through it, and it's really cool. But most of my dreams are really cool. Crap! Oh, I was never going to get the timing there. So you dream of Blitzball? No, that recurring dream predates Blitzball. I remember having that dream as a child, and I still have it now. Notice Mario gets a weird bit of frame rigging around him when he dies. I wonder what's up with that. Come on, Mario, you can do it. But you could do a bit better than that. Right, so it goes down, and then ho! Oh yeah! Too freaking good. Whoa! Come on. So I didn't really have the time to understand what was going on there, and I gotta get all the way to try and see a few more seconds of that as I try to suss out what I'm expected to do. What was the worst level so far? Ooh, probably the first one. Really set the tone of the game. Which may well be what they were going for. Ah. And one of the worst things is I know watching this, there are plenty of people going, oh, it doesn't look that bad. Just count 1, 2, 3, and then jump up. Because I too am looking at it thinking, it's not that bad, just do it. Just do all the things correctly. Borderline perfectly. It's that easy. But much like streaming, I'd love to see you give it a try. For some people it comes naturally, but I do love people that, you know, they watch the streams and they think, oh, I can do that. And then they do it for about 2 hours, and then they're exhausted. They're full old man mode after just playing and talking for a couple of hours. And they notice they're nowhere near as good at the game as they were without streaming. And all the while, I'm just there rubbing my nipples to the glee of this revelation for them. I never claimed to be a nice guy. Alright, up's a daisy. Huh. Oh, bollocking bollocks to that. Did Jake beat the first level? Well, I like to think of me as owning the mods, so their accomplishments are my accomplishments. So yes, I beat the first level. The answer is no. Oh, don't worry. I'll double your salary, Pepper, for what you've done today. Ah, Nyx is there to also make me think of Dominions. I really hope that auto-sort news isn't just my leg being pulled there. If the auto-sort has been put in for magical items, I am going to be ecstatic about it. That is horrifically delicate. You jump too high up and you go right through to the Black Nibblers of Doom. I've got the Flappy Bird momentum of swimming down better, at least. The timing, less so. But it's things like that that make me wonder, what exactly took years to make Dominion 6? That was one of the many things I was expecting in the sequel. Even though I love the game, I still rate it as a disappointment. Which is a harsh thing to say as one of the games that I put on my highest tier for games of 2024. Invictus asks, do people genuinely enjoy games like this? We have at least one person in chat who does. And they go by the name of Pepper Ann. They have a sword, you do not. So their opinion is worth more than yours. Pepper, why don't you remind everybody how you got that sword? Ooh. Which game is not a disappointment? Archipelago? What other games were in my absolute top tier of the year, 2024? Jake, since you enjoy the auto-battle aspect of Dominions, what do you think about Macabellum? I don't know what that is. I got my shiny sword by beating Adventure Island without any skips. Because I don't think there are any, says Pepper. Adventure Island was a tough game and you made it look easy. Commissar Marek is suggesting that he will correct the injustice and show the whole world Army Men RTS after this. Fire it up and we'll raid into you afterwards, Marek. I will even go overtime on this horrible thing if it gives you time to set up. Because I gotta say, if there's one thing I could do after all this suffering, it's watching somebody else suffer. Oh man, its performance is degrading now. Clearly I didn't get the chocolate that the game told me to have, but again, I got some Ferrero Rochers in the kitchen. I've even got a white chocolate Toblerone. Normally I'm not a big fan of white chocolate, but whatever they use in the Toblerone is good. Go! Ah, oh, bollocks. I'm not good at the timing. I'm sure it's just very simple count 1, 2, 3 and it goes, but it's hard. I'm not the count. 1, 2, 3, huh! Ugh. No, it's not contraband chocolate from back home. They sell Toblerones here. Which is good, because the selection I find of chocolate in Hungary is really bad. Chocolate and cheese. So I guess dairy products in general are crap in Hungary. If you don't like Milka or Kinder, you are out of luck in Hungary. You gotta go to some expensive import shop. There's plenty of names you've never heard of Eastern European brands of chocolate available, but they're universally terrible. They taste like old newspapers. Milka is okay. No, I don't like Milka. Milka tastes very juvenile. As in, not much dairy, just sugar, and we call this chocolate. Low cocoa percentage. Ugh. Still better than Hershey's, but bad, man, really bad. But the real offense is the lack of good cheese. We're so close to Austria and Germany, but we don't get our hands on some good cheese? How is this possible? I had it explained to me that Hungarians don't have the money to have good taste in cheese. Maybe. But the Swedes have money, and their taste in cheese was pathetic. It's because you milked the Hungarian alliance one too many times in EU4. I realized on reflection that my Nitra run of EU4, the thumbnail for it is the Nitra flag with a giant boot stepping all over Hungary. So hopefully no Hungarian officials look into that. I was just paying my taxes earlier today, actually. And I was thinking, you know, if they ever actually investigate what this guy is doing, they might find that and then deem me enemy of the state. Alright, took forever to get back to this bleeding point. Let's go. 1, 2, 3! Ah! Why? Gotta go up, but not up too far or too fast. I don't think Hershey's tastes like dust. I think Hershey's legitimately tastes like vomit. I've had it explained to me it's because glorious American food laws let them use expired milk as one of their ingredients, but and I'm up for eating disgusting crap as long as it tastes good. The issue with Hershey's is it doesn't taste good. It's a new lap wreck. Oh, crap. What a helpful one-up that was. I'm so glad it was there. Call that the helper one-up. Alright, we're at the 2-hour mark, but we're not going to be done until Marek is ready. He's going to show us all the actual horror that I was supposed to play as my 202nd punishment game. But due to poor choices, ended up playing the non-RTS version of Army Men instead. Once he's ready to go... Oh, he says he's ready to go. Well, thank goodness. I can draw close here. Cheers for joining. Is that what I normally say towards the end of this? Well, hell no. To hell with you for joining this misery. Oh, man. Well, don't worry. It'll all repair itself soon. We get to see Marek enjoy a game that is absolutely his forte. RTS are to him what glorious platformers, not this, are to me. And the next game I'm going to be playing on stream is going to be Satisfactory. Surely that'll be a good experience, but maybe not nearly as good as this raid we're going into. Let's go and see Commissar Marek.